It is finally tomorrow. For a few years now, or at least 2 years, it's been tomorrow's Leafs problem to re-sign the kids. It's been tomorrow's Leafs problem to have Jake Gardiner leave and have Mitch Marner and Auston Matthews and William Nylander expiring and ready to sign. Today is tomorrow, because today is the draft. The 2019 NHL entry draft, at least the first round. And it's time to start making some decisions on one Mitchell Marner. Because apparently Mr. Mitchell Marner wants Tavares money, and the Leafs don't want to pay him that. Now, here I am, G20, it's your boy. If you are new here, subscribe. Hit the goddamn subscribe button, and I will have more of these videos throughout the summer as news and things, interesting things happen. I won't be reporting on everything. I won't be telling my opinion on everything because I don't care about everything that happens. Big news like this, though, big things, big topics like this, though, are definitely going to get a look. And today, I am asking, what the fuck are we supposed to do with Mitch Marner? What the hell is supposed to happen in Toronto for the Mitch Marner situation to make sense? We're going to make a nice save, nice and early. Now, in order to do that, we have to ask, what is Mitch Marner? And in my opinion, Mitch Marner is a star player in this league. He is a star player, star winger. Okay, definitely a first-line winger. No one's going to argue that. He is a star. I don't think he is a superstar. I don't think he is in that elite, you know, elite of the elite level of the pyramid, you know, where McDavid and Crosby, where those guys are, where the Ovechkin are. I don't think he's there. He's not, no, he just isn't. He is a star player, though. He's incredibly productive. And yes, he did have 94 points, and a lot of people will say, well, gee, that is elite of the elite, 94 points. No. There's been a scoring uptick in the last year, okay, and there's been, you know, you have to account for that. You have to account at where he finished in the point standings more than how many points he had, okay, overall. So, there's that. He led the Leafs in scoring this year, and last year too, actually. He led the Leafs in scoring for the last 2 years. Good for him. Good for you, Mitch. He's good, man. He is a solid-ass player. That being said, he is a playmaker, he is a passer, he is a winger. Now, those are three things that could come back to bite him in the ass, but could also come back to bite the Leafs in the ass also, because, yes, you can make the argument that passers make less money than scores. I've heard that everywhere, but the reality of the situation is Mitch Marner scored 26 goals this season. He has scored 26 fucking goals. Okay, you put him on a line with less finishers, okay, you put him on a line with a lesser player than Tavares, he could break 30 because he's going to have to score the goals because he's not going to have John Tavares to pass the puck to. Okay, I do believe Mitch Marner can hit the 30-goal barrier, for sure, if he has to, if he doesn't have as good of a finishing line as he currently does. But, at heart, he is a passer. Elite creativity, elite puck skills, all that good stuff. So, yes, I do think he's a 30-goal guy, but he's a passer at heart. So, that brings us to what the hell they should do. They have three options right now because he's a restricted free agency. He's a restricted free agent with a pending contract. Okay, he doesn't have a contract. And they got to figure it out. The number one option is re-sign the fucker. Sign him, get him on the team, and, you know, there are two avenues you can go about that. You can go about a good contract for the team or a good contract for the player. The Leafs want a good contract for the team because they already have superstars getting paid. Now, the other two options are trade Mitch Marner and let him walk in restricted free agency. Someone is going to offer sheet him, everyone keeps saying. And if and when that happens, yeah, just take the compensation. If it's too high to match, you take the compensation, you get a fuck ton of draft picks, boom, boom, boom. That happens. But let's ask ourselves what it takes to win in the NHL. In hockey, not even in the NHL, in hockey. What do you need? You need a number one goalie, you need a number one defenseman, and you need a number one center. Now, once you have those pieces, You need to build around those pieces, and the better you build around, the better chances you have at winning. Now, there are a few exceptions before someone say, you know, oh, you don't actually need those things. Okay, you don't need a number one goalie if you don't have one, but you need your below number one goalie level goalie to perform like a number one. You need a subpar goalie on a hot streak. You basically need a number one goalie or someone who will perform like it for a very small stretch of time, a la Cam Ward in Carolina. We're going to go right back to Carolina for my next example. You don't need necessarily a number one defenseman if you have a bunch of very good... Oh my god, I absolutely got sniped on right there. I thought I had that. Kyle Clutterbuck is just going to... Okay, I really thought I had that. You don't need a number one defenseman necessarily if you have a very, very strong D-core full of 6 very strong defensemen like Carolina did in 2006 when they beat the Oilers. And so, those are out of the way. You need a number one center, though. I will hear nothing about that. If you don't have a number one center, you are doomed. Just ask the Nashville Predators what happened to them when their first 2 centers got killed and they had Colton Sissons taking face-offs against Sidney Crosby. Just ask them how that went and come back to me. Thank you. So, Mitch Marner is not a goaltender, he is not a center, and he is definitely not a defenseman. Those are facts. Those are all facts. This is factual information that I am providing today, okay? From the Leafs' perspective, they already got all those. They got a number one goalie in Frederik Andersen. You cannot argue that Frederik Andersen is not a number one goalie. You can argue whether he is a Vezina candidate or not. I believe he is, but I could see why some people say he's not, but he's been the busiest goalie, or one of the busiest goalies in the league over the last couple of years, and he still posted a very solid stat line last season, so there's that. But no question, Frederik Andersen number one goaltender status. They have 2 number one centers in Auston Matthews. That's a 3-on-2. In Auston Matthews and John Tavares. I don't know why I blanked right there. Auston Matthews and John Tavares, they have 2 number one centers there. So they have a bonus of 1 number one center. And before anyone says Matthews is not a number one center, boy had 3 consecutive seasons starting off his career where he was on pace to score 40 goals. I don't want to hear it. Okay, you know how many people score 40 goals in the NHL? Thank you. That's my case. Anyways, they have those. They have a number one defenseman in Morgan Rielly. For a little stretch of the season last year, he was keeping up there with the other defensemen in the league as far as the Norris Trophy goes. I'm not saying he should have won it. At the end of the season, Gio was the guy. He just was. He was the guy for the Norris Trophy. I'm not mad at it. I'm actually kind of surprised that it wasn't a unanimous vote, but Gio definitely the Norris Trophy winner this season, even though... But the point is, the point is that for a little while, Rielly showed that he can play at that level. If you get him a good partner, if you get him a partner that complements him and can play the right side of the ice, Rielly can absolutely make his way to that conversation. So they have that. They have all 3. Number one center, number one goalie, number one defenseman. Mitch is none of those, as we've already said. And though he is a very talented hockey player, he is not those. He is none of those things, and he is not a major goal scorer like an Alex Ovechkin does. Like an Alex Ovechkin is, rather. The Caps built around Ovechkin, and it worked because, first of all, they have an outstanding, just pure Hall of Fame level passer passing him the puck, okay, and creating plays for him, and also because Alex Ovechkin is one of the greatest goal scorers of all time, possibly the greatest goal scorer of all time when it's all said and done. Don't at me. He is amazing. You look at what he's doing, era adjusted, and he is absolutely out of this world good. So that is a very special case right there. Mitch Marner is not that. Had a lot of points this year, not an outstanding goal scorer like an Ovechkin is. So, Mitch Marner falls into the support category. He is a wicked support piece. Okay, I'm not saying he's a support player as in role player, middle of the lineup type shit. No. Don't get me twisted. He is an elite player, but he is As far as his position and play style goes, he is a support player. So we ask today, we get to this this video title that I'm sure a lot of you guys probably had a reaction to just by reading it. And that is Mitch Marner that important? Now, what do I mean by that? I don't mean, is he that good? Don't get it twisted. If I see a comment say, oh, what are you talking about? He scored money point, blah, blah, blah. No. That's not, is he good? Is he that important? And by that important, I mean, are you willing to hurt other areas of your hockey team to keep him? Because if you sign Mitch Marner to Matthews money, which is $11 million and up, you are going to have to hurt another area of your team. It's either going to be your depth, it's either going to be your defensive core, which already is not great, especially with Jay Gardner leaving. They cannot afford Jay Gardner. Your left side, as far as the forwards go, is not the greatest either. You have, what, Andreas Janssen back there? You have Zach Hyman, who's very good. You have what else? Patrick Marleau? Fuck out of here. Their left side, their left wingers are not that good. Again, this is factual information that I am bringing to you today, okay? It might hurt, it might suck to hear if you're a Leafs fan, but shit, it is the truth, okay? Their defense, especially on the right side, not great. Their left wing position is not fantastic. It's serviceable at the top, okay, I guess, with Hyman and Janssen, if you're going to put Janssen up there, but it's not great, okay? So if you sign Mitch Marner to Matthews money, you are going to have to hurt those positions even further. Those who are already not great. Your center position is already very good. I don't care about who's on the fourth line. They play a few minutes a night, whatever. Just ride the first three lines. You have a three-headed absolute monster in Tavares, Matthews, and, Kadri, or even Nylander, if you want to play Nylander at C3. But, you know what? You have to really ask yourself, man, is it worth it? We know we all love Mitch Marner. He's a local boy. He's very marketable. He's cute and cuddly, you know, in the commercials and stuff like that. And he's amazing and he's energetic and he's charismatic and this and that and that. How does that help you win hockey games? It does not. Okay? As much as he's marketable and as much as the fans love him, the fans can chant his name literally for 60 minutes a game. It doesn't make those weaknesses any better. It won't. So you have to ask yourself, is it worth overpaying a guy? Because fair market value for him is about $9.5 million. That is, if you look at his direct comparables, it is about $9.5 million. It's under 10. Don't even come at me with that 11 shit. 11 is very player friendly. That's a thing that you're going to have to seriously think about if you're going to re-sign and overpay for Mitch Marner. Okay? So, I am sorry, but if Mitch Marner is not taking anything less than 10, I'm just going to put it bluntly, as much as the team gets heat for having very highly paid stars like Matthews and Tavares, you have some wicked deals. That includes Anderson, that includes Kadri, and that includes Morgan Riley. Okay? Those contracts are going to expire at some point. They are. And I am not saying this to say you have to make room for them, you know, to re-sign them. That's not what I'm saying. First of all, you're probably not going to be able to do it. A lot of things can change in the next few years before those contracts expire. I am saying this to point out that your window of winning is not 10 years long. Not your best window, anyway. Okay, it is not 10 years long. Yes, you're going to have Matthews for a very long time. Yes, you're going to have Nylander for a very long time, assuming they don't trade him. You're going to have those guys for a long time, so yes, you will have a shot for about 10 years. But your main winning window, where I see, okay, because we can't tell what's going to happen in the future, your main winning window, we are getting destroyed by the Islanders. Holy fuck. Jesus Christ. Okay. Your main winning window is now and in the next few years. That is just factual information because you have a star in Morgan Riley that is making a lot less than what he should be making if he was a free agent today. That's just a fact of life. Same for Anderson, same for Kadri. So that brings us to the next avenues that the Leafs should explore with Mitch Marner. That is a trade, and that is letting him walk in restricted free agency. Because of what I just said, that your winning window, your best winning window is now and in the next few years, I would lean towards trading him. It's going to be difficult. There you go. We finally got on the board. Jesus. It's going to be difficult to find a good trade. Okay, you're probably going to lose out on it. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. You're probably going to lose out on a Mitch Marner trade because you don't have that much leverage, because everyone knows you're in cap trouble, and everyone knows that, you know, you're fucked. You're going to have to make a move if he wants all that money, all right? By the way, fuck the Flyers, and fuck Kevin Hayes for screwing up the market for everybody. They have ruined it. They have absolutely ruined it, because now every single average-ass hockey player is going to try and get $7.5 million. That is awful. That is absolutely awful. Terrible contract. That just messed up everybody. But you trade him, okay? If you have to choose between trading Marner and accepting restricted free agent compensation for Mitch Marner, you trade him. Because by trading him, you can get immediate assets that will help you right now towards winning hockey games. So you got to do that, considering your best winning window is now. On the other hand, if you take free agency compensation, restricted free agency compensation, that is draft picks, which you can trade those. For sure you can trade those, but that is still future assets, okay? And don't get me twisted. If Marner, okay, if he signs an offer sheet and the Leafs get 4 firsts, depending on what team signs him, man, I don't think 4 firsts gets you the same type of package that Mitch Marner is going to get you, okay? Because Mitch Marner is an instant team-changing player. Boom. If you insert him into any roster, he makes any team better. So that's, that's just the facts. So you trade him, in my opinion. I don't have packages. I don't have anything as far as what you trade him for specifically. But I think the best course of action, if Mitch Marner does not want to take an average, or not average, but fair deal, and if he wants to get overpaid, I don't know what you trade him for specifically, but probably involves defense. It probably involves a little bit of depth, and it probably involves cost-controlled assets, because you have a lot of guys that are going to come up here, and you just want to know what you're dealing with. You have to re-sign Kapanen, you have to re-sign Janssen, which if they trade Mitch Marner, it's probably not going to be an issue unless they bring back some heavy salary via like a really good player coming back. So that's not going to be an issue. Kapanen and Janssen are going to be out here, okay? Like, they're going to be playing for the Leafs if they trade Mitch Marner. But you get a player right now that helps you. It's going to be a hit, okay? It's going to be a hit as far as where Marner plays on Tavares' wing. For sure. That's going to hurt you there, so you're going to have to maybe get a player, maybe sign a player, maybe do something. You're going to have cap room. You're going to have a trade on your hands, so maybe try to get a winger back so that he can play, or who knows, maybe Nylander becomes better, and or not better, but bounces back, rather, and becomes a much better player playing alongside Tavares, because Tavares and Matthews, man, those guys are the type of players, let's go, we're on the comeback road, those are the type of players that can make your wingers better, okay? A little bit of the same, oh, that's Mitch, good. A little bit of the same dynamic as the Pittsburgh Penguins built around, which is we have Crosby and Malkin, we will get Guy and Dude on the wing, and they're going to turn them into good players, okay? I love Pascal Dupuis, and I love me some Patrick Hornqvist, but listen, man, they're not wicked, they're not star players. So for sure, trading Marner is going to hurt you there, but let's be real, man. If you're going to be, if we're going to be honest with ourselves, Tavares is going to get his points no matter what. He is that good. He is a center. He is an elite player. He's a very good player. Okay, if you don't want to put him in elite, I understand, but he's a very good player. he's going to get his points. He might not get as many, okay, without Mitch Marner on his wing, but he's definitely still going to get his points. Same for Matthews, okay? He doesn't need Marner. So in my opinion, it is not... Let's fucking go! Huge comeback spot! Last minute comebacks. It's your boys, the Toronto Maple Leafs, man. But to go back and to just close out everything, it ain't worth it, man. It ain't worth overpaying Mitch Marner. It's not. It's not, because it's going to hurt your defense, which is already not good. Okay, don't kid yourself. They don't have a good defensive core. Oh my God. I could not stop that. We're going to lose the game. So they don't have a good defensive core. Speaking of which, I just got cross-braced on like it's fucking... Like it's just allowed here. Like we don't even care about that. Now, you know, the next few years, maybe Liljegren becomes great. Maybe Sandin comes in and is great. But that is maybes, man. That is maybes, and you cannot bank on maybes. What you can bank on right now, though, in my opinion, is that as much as we love Mitch Marner, man, you can't overpay him. You can't do it. You can overpay centers. You can overpay goal scorers. You can't overpay wingers, and especially playmakers. I am just getting lit up right now because I don't even care anymore. We lost the game. It's just, first of all, this is one of my worst goalie games I've ever fucking played. This is awful. But that's just, I'm focused on talking about Mr. Mitch Marner, Mr. Want Money here, Mr. Want to get paid. Listen, you're not Auston Matthews, okay? You're not Matthews. You're not Tavares. Stop kidding yourself, okay? You are a playmaker who is helped by having goal scorers around you. That is just the facts. That is just the facts. I'm actually going to be more upset. I'm going to be more upset if the Maple Leafs sign Mitch Marner to $11+ million than I'm going to be upset if they trade him. You got to do what you got to do to win. If he wants to be overpaid, he can get overpaid somewhere else. I am sorry. I am sorry, Mitch Marner fans. That's just facts. It's G20, man. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hook your boy up and punch the like button in the face. Spam the hell out of it. Comment and subscribe. I'm G20, man. As always, I love you guys. And I'm out this bitch. Peace.